And I call the member for Richmond.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. And today I rise to speak on the Albanese Labor Government's decisive action on climate change. Our country needs desperate action. And finally, we have a government that's acting. The climate wars are over. The decade of inaction is over. Our country needs this, both environmentally and economically, to drive the jobs of the future, to bring down power prices, to make our country a renewable energy superpower. Deputy Speaker, the risk of climate change is real. The science of climate change is real. And the impact of climate change is real. And my community on the New South Wales North Coast understands this because we have been living it with the devastating floods that hit our region. It destroyed lives, livelihoods and homes. Local economies were devastated, communities heartbroken, and so many people are still very traumatised following on from these horrific floods. We understand how real the need is to take action because we are living it. We are living it in terms of the climate emergency. And the Prime Minister made it very clear yesterday, after a decade of inaction, the climate wars are over. And of course, the Labor government's climate bill has just passed the lower house today. Now, to the people of Richmond, you elected me to be your strong voice in a majority Labor government and deliver action on climate change. And we are delivering on that mandate, a plan that will reduce emissions by 43% by 2030, a plan that will reduce power prices and get us to net zero by 2050, a plan that will create 600,000 new jobs, with 500,000 of those in the regions. Now, this is a plan supported by both business groups and environmental groups. This plan gives economic certainty that our economy needs. I'd like to acknowledge all those groups in my region who have worked so hard on this issue for so many years. Deputy Speaker, we've had a wasted decade of denial and inaction. At the last election, people in my electorate voted overwhelmingly for this to end. They voted for a strong government with a focus on a better future for all. They voted for a government that takes climate change seriously. They rejected all of that years of inaction by the Liberals and Nationals. They had 22 plans and didn't actually do anything. And what's been their response now? They're just pushing nuclear power. Yet again, they are pushing nuclear power. The Leader of Opposition announcing a review into looking at nuclear power yet again. And the fact is, nuclear power plants can be dangerous and expensive, and of course they use too much water and need to be located near water. And, well, Speaker, I always stand with my community in firm opposition to nuclear power, and I will keep fighting this. We need investment in renewables, not nuclear. It's only a Labor majority government that could deliver on this vital economic and environmental reform that our country needs, acting on climate change and ending the climate wars.